When the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. One day, when the war is won, it will be sure. It will be sure. Talking about the Lord. Glory, 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 oh, one day when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day when the war is won, it will be ours. It will be ours. And I'm saying now, glory, glory, glory. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, just like that river I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there, oh, beyond the sky. It's been a long but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I said, brother, won't you help me please? But then he winds up just knocking me down, back down on my knees. Oh, there's been times when I couldn't stand alone no more. But now I know I'm able to carry on. But it's been a long, long time coming. But I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my sister, yeah. And I said, sister, won't you help me please? but then she winds up just knocking me down. Oh yeah, back down on my knees. Ooh, there've been times when I thought I couldn't last long, but now I know I'm able to carry on. But it's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been a long time coming, but I know, I pray that a change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Brothers and sisters, good morning. Good afternoon. I'm going to keep my remarks limited because this is definitely not about me. If we can all stand and start singing what we term as the African American National Anthem. So, every voice that sings till earth in heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let every sound
Those are words in the three languages of the indigenous people whose land we now stand upon, those people whose blood from all three nations flowed in my own days. It's my honor to remember them, not as people past, but as those still with us, not as those who were driven from this land, but as those who still keep this land, which is owned by no one, except for the 7 generations before us, the 7 generations yet to come, where we hold this earth for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, and not for our own personal pleasure or gain. This is what elders have taught me for a long time. The last time I spoke with Martin Luther King and gave him water was 60 years ago in Mississippi. He was a man who was kind, unassuming, and never forgetting. The strength that he held that we must carry with us now. I speak not for myself, but from those who were before us and those who will come after us. We see this path on our native land, as James Weldon Johnson wrote in that beautiful anthem. We are part of this earth, and we must protect it, for it has always given to us without question. There's a word that's a very beautiful word within the Abenaki language of my ancestors. It is uli uni. Uli is our word for good. Uni is our word for circularity. Uli uni is our greeting. I greet you. I thank you for the things you have given to me. So let us give thanks this day for all that has been brought to us. And remember, we are never alone. Wherever we are in the eye of creation. We are always, always within our hearts, connected to the heart of the land.
Thank you to Garland, thank you to Joe Bruchak for welcoming us. My name is Lisa Glazer. I'm on the board of MLK Saratoga, and I'm going to be acting as our MC this afternoon. We got started this morning. I would now like to welcome our faith leaders up to give us our interfaith program.
velo yomedu od milchama, Beit Yaakov lechu v'nelcha be'or Adonai.
Y ellos convertirán sus espadas en rejas de arado y sus lanzas en hoces. Ninguna nación levantará la espada contra otra nación ni se entrenarán para hacer la guerra nunca más. Vengan ustedes, los de la casa de Jacob, caminemos junto a la luz del Señor. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war. O house of Jacob, come, let us walk by the light of our God.
I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield
Down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield. Down by the riverside, Lord no more. I ain't gonna study for no more, study for no more, study.
Amen. As it said at the end of the text, let us walk with our God. MLK said, I get tired of marching for what rights God has given to me. But I remember it says also in the Psalms that, yea, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, it comforts me. So as we go through this MLK program today, remember, you don't have to worry about the valley. You don't have to worry about death. You don't even got to worry about ice agents. Long as we are working together for the Lord, all things are possible because his rod and his staff, that means in good and bad times, even when we need correction, he will comfort us. Welcome.
All right. Okay, perfect. I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you. I would now like to invite Dora Lee Stanley, the president of MLK Saratoga, to give a welcome from our organization.
Yes, welcome. And I mean, I'm sincerely want to welcome y'all. We had a 4-day amazing weekend. We represented Dr. King's beloved community, a global society built on peace, justice, equality, and universal love. You saw today we had our community partners displaying some of the peace and universal love regarding their projects. I am Dora Lee Stanley. We could not have done this without your participation, as well as the generosity of our sponsors. I also would like to say there is a dedicated board that works with MLK Saratoga. We're a 5013C organization, and I would like them to be acknowledged. We have Vice President Kate Graney, Dr. Kate Graney. Remain standing. Lisa Glaser is our treasurer. We have Amy, you're in the house? Amy back there. She's a board member. We have Debbie Calora. Is she here? Well, she is an instrumental part of our board. We have Beth. You see this graphic? Beth, come. Wait a minute. Those who don't know, every year we select a theme. And Beth has been instrumental in coming up with the graphic details. So, and I sure hope I haven't left anybody out on our board, but we want to welcome y'all, everyone. Now, I want you to do me a big favor. I want you to stand up, stretch for a minute. Okay. I want you to look around and see, are there anybody that you don't know or would like to know better? Get some contact with them. And I want you to go over to them. Get out of your space, go over and introduce yourself. Okay, I know you would like to carry this on a little bit longer, but we have a program. So I hope you were able to meet someone that you didn't know, would like to know better, and that's what Dr. King envisioned, part of our beloved community. And again, thank you, and we hope to see you again next year.
Well, that was kind of beautiful. I am really excited to introduce our next speaker, who I met 6 years ago when she was in my 7th grade math class. But it's been really cool to get to reconnect, and I'm going to welcome Sanaya Noisette, who is a senior at Saratoga High School, who's going to share some words. Thanks, Sanaya.
Hi everyone, how are we doing today? Good. Okay, well my name is Sanaya Noisette and I will be presenting a speech on leadership. Sorry, the podium's a little taller than I am, so sorry if the computer's blocking me. I'll try my best. Well, leadership began for me, not with a title, but it began when I recognized absence. As one of the only black girls attending a predominantly white school, I became aware early on that not all students feel seen, heard, or celebrated. After 8th grade, I switched schools hoping for change, but change did not happen. I learned what it feels like to move through spaces where identity is rarely acknowledged, unless it is filtered through stereotypes or silence. That That isolation is loud, and it was constant, and it stayed with me. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Love is the greatest force in the cosmos, is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos." For a long time, I didn't understand love in that way. I thought of it as something gentle, even passive, but I realize now that it can be very hard and demanding. It requires awareness, it requires courage, and most of all, it requires action. That understanding led me in 9th grade to join the National Coalition Building Institute at my current school. I was searching for something more than belonging. I was searching for a way to turn awareness into impact. From that moment forward, the group opened their arms to me and they showed me respect. For the first time in months, my identities were acknowledged not with discomfort, but with dignity. Through active participation, I found not only confidence, but purpose. Over time, that purpose grew into responsibility, and I was elected president of the organization, and I was vice president for 2 years. And with that role comes a deeper realization. Leadership is not about being the loudest voice in the room, it is about making a space for voices that are often unheard. As president, I immerse myself in the organization's frameworks and values, transforming its principles into workshops my peers and I could be proud of. But I also recognize a limitation. If this work mattered, it couldn't stay within the walls of our school. So we reached forward and out. I connected with local high schools, and one partnership in particular took root. Working alongside another school's president, I learned how to collaborate with across differences, honoring shared values while respecting distinct perspectives. Together, we planned and executed a 2-day conference featuring guest workshop leaders. Through this process, I became a certified leader of circle discussions. I was trained to facilitate uncomfortable but necessary conversations. And these conversations challenge assumptions, empathy, and invite inclusivity. What began as an internal dialogue became community outreach, and tears were shed, friendships were made, and teachers from school watched and witnessed students engage in honest and vulnerable conversations. And in those moments, I understood something Dr. King knew well. Transformation does not begin with policies alone. It begins when people are brave enough to listen to one another. Seeing students from different backgrounds connect through open, respectful dialogue was one of the most proudest moments of my life. Not because of the event itself, but because of the fact that it represented something. The decision to lead with empathy, to replace silence with conversation, and choose to love as a guiding force. As a high school senior, I stand here knowing that leadership is rooted in love, and it is not easy work. It is often uncomfortable, and it requires patience, humility, and persistence. But it is also powerful. Dr. King reminded us that love is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos, and I have seen that heartbeat in action. When people are given the space to be seen, heard, and valued. So as we reflect on his legacy today, I invite you to ask yourself the same question I continue to ask myself every single day. Where is love asking us to act, and who is waiting for us to notice what is missing? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanaya. Next up, we have the current Poet Laureate of Saratoga Springs, who's going to share a poem that he wrote called History. Please welcome Jay Rogoff.
Hi, everyone. How y'all doing? Okay. Hard times. But we have to face these hard times with optimism, and that's kind of what's going on in this poem. It takes off from the remark that Dr. King liked to paraphrase about the arc of moral history, the arc of the moral universe, excuse me. And it's a villanelle. A villanelle is a poem only 19 lines long. It has 2 refrains that repeat throughout the poem, and I'm going to ask you for a little help here. I'm going to ask you to recite one of the refrains with me as it comes up. And the refrain is the first line of the poem, and then it goes throughout the poem. It'll be repeated 3 times, and I'm asking you to do the repeats with me. And the line is, together we're all riding on that ark. So can I ask you all to say that? Together we're all riding on that ark. One more time without me. Together we're all riding on that ark. Apt pupils, that's great. Poem is called History. I will signal you when it's your turn, okay? Together we're all riding on that ark, bending into pure form, a rainbow, to a new world that balances light and dark, a planet that could flare up at a spark where warnings prophesy the earth may blow. Together we're all riding on that ark, like a leaping dolphin or a diving shark, injustice to shrink us, truth to make us grow in that new world that balances light and dark. Before we boarded, we tried to leave our mark, but floods and fires wiped out what we know. Together, we're all riding on that ark and listening for a loon's cry, a seal's bark. Japheth, Ham, and Shem prepare to go to a new world that balances light and dark. Will it be hell or a paradisal park? The dove we sent out makes friends with a crow, for together we're all riding on that ark to a new world that balances light and dark. Thanks.
Thank you, Jay. Next up, we're introducing a new aspect into our community celebration, which is to highlight and honor one of our community partners who participated in our Day of Service activities earlier today. This group, Mooncatchers, has become a regular and is asked, we always get requests to have them come back and participate on our Monday Day of Service. So I'm really excited to welcome Ellie Van Welsheim from Mooncatchers.
Hi, thank you for having me. I am really so excited to be here because this is kind of where we started. I had heard about this problem about girls not having a way of dealing with their menstruation, therefore they were dropping out of school because they missed so many days of school a year. I heard this was happening all over the world, so I designed a kit that they could wear, a menstrual pad that they could wear, but I didn't have any money, and I didn't have any way of making it. So I got an invitation to come to do the Martin Luther King Day of Service at the library. I don't know, I think it was about 15 years ago, or way back at the beginning. Yeah, and I went to this with a bunch of stuff that I found in my house, you know, fabric and threads and needles and whatever, and showed up thinking, well, maybe 2 or 3 people will show up. Well, about 40 or 50 people showed up, and I was like, okay. So I said, can you sew? No, you can't sew. Can you cut? Okay, you'll cut. You'll trace, you'll do that. And we got everyone working, and we told everybody about this problem, about how girls were dropping out of school. And the thing has grown. The project has grown. We now have tailors working for us all over the world. We have sewing guilds in Uganda, Malawi, and Kenya, India. We have people in the United States making kits for us. We have teachers teaching our curriculum about menstrual health, reproductive health, and menstrual hygiene. We travel all over the world doing this, and we do it with help from people like you. And it has grown and grown and grown, but people kept saying, yeah, but what are you doing here? So we had been collecting some supplies once a year as a little, you know, something for our community. Well, it's grown. We now have 16 period pantries. Think little free libraries, you know, you get a free book. Instead of a free book, you get free menstrual supplies. We put them in parts of our community where people are having trouble finding those supplies. We have been partnering today with Seroptimists of Saratoga, and they're really thinking about maybe bringing a period pantry to the Saratoga area, and we're really hoping that that's going to happen. So thank you to Seroptimists too. And that's pretty much what we do. So we had a moonbee here today. We had a hard time keeping everyone busy because there were so many people, but it was absolutely fabulous. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for your help. Look us up, mooncatcher.org. Trust me, I could go on for a really long time, but I won't do that to you because I was told I had 5 minutes. So thank you, and thank you for this event.
Thank you so much, Ellie. Before I introduce our keynote speaker for the afternoon, I have a public service announcement. We have had a pair of keys, I believe to a Subaru, that have been up at the desk since early this morning, and we just want to make sure that they get back to their owners. There is a tag for the Senior Center and a tag for the Y on these keys. Yay! Well, if you see somebody lost, these will be at our front table after this, and hope. Oh, we have another winner. The day of service continues. All right. It is our pleasure to welcome our keynote speaker, who has been coming to our meetings and learning about us and has been in this community for a very long time. It is my pleasure to welcome the Minister Stephen Boxley.
That was a really nice plug for the Senior Center. I know that Lois will be happy. Good afternoon. See, that's nice. I'm not much taller than you. It is always good to be in the house of the Lord. In preparing this, being a preacher, I have to realize that I am a keynote speaker. If I can speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have the faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always perseveres. Love never fails. Truth is love. Love requires honesty, and that truth finds its highest purpose in love. Let us not love in a word or talk, but in deed and in truth. Truth without love is harsh. Love without truth is empty. Deep in my heart, I believe we shall overcome. Love is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos. I got a little bit of the preaching out of the way so I can settle down. I would like to thank this wonderful MLK Saratoga committee for all of your wonderful work. And we're considering a sales position with our family business for Amy because she simply said, hey, there's a MLK meeting tonight and I would just love for you to join us. And in welcoming that celebration, I was given this wonderful invitation, which I want to just thank you all for allowing me to be here with all of you. I believe that Dr. King would have tears of joy by watching your works, seeing the love and respect you show to each other, and the love that you show and the love that you have for our community. I can't thank you enough for this invitation, and I am looking forward to working with you. Don't know if there's an initiation that I have to fulfill, but thank you. Thank you. Love, as our theme is, love is the greatest force in the universe. It's the heartbeat of the moral cosmos. Dr. King knew that love would conquer evil. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. But we just have to pull it. Pull it with the force of love and truth. Pull it with the practice of peaceful protests. We shall overcome. Upon entering the theological seminary, Dr. King began his intellectual request for a method that would eliminate social evil. His immediate influence was from studying the Reverend Walter Rauschenbusch Christian and Social Crisis book, which left an indelible imprint on Dr. King's thinking. Although after studying these social and ethical theories, almost despaired of the power of love to solve social problems, feeling Jesus' turn the other cheek was for individuals, until Dr. King discovered Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolent resistance, which showed him how to love. Combined with truth, force could be a powerful tool for a large-scale social transformation, transforming his initial skepticism of when racial groups and nations are in conflict. A more realistic approach is necessary. Dr. King learned from the life and teaching of Mahatma Gandhi. He became fascinated by his campaigns of nonviolent resistance. The Gandhian concept of holding firmly to truth. This theory helped Dr. King to gradually diminish his skepticism concerning the power of love. Dr. King could better understand the Christian doctrine of love, operating through the Gandhian method of nonviolence, which was one of the most potent weapons available to an oppressed people in their struggle for freedom. Dr. King now understood from an intellectual understanding and appreciation of the position, but he had no firm determination to organize a socially effective situation. But then, while pastoring in Montgomery, Alabama in 1954, Dr. King had no idea he would be involved in a crisis in which nonviolent resistance would be applicable. On December 1st, 1955, the arrest of Rosa Parks for disorderly conduct for refusing to give up bus seat to a white man. This sparked the Montgomery boycott. Dr. King was called to serve. Serve. Not share his intellectual understanding on nonviolent protests, but to serve, to take action, and to lead. Now, this is a lesson for all of us. You have the talent to help fulfill the dream of Dr. King. Are you willing, and I'm speaking to myself, are you willing to use those talents to bring forth truth and love that will bring justice and peace in this world? The harmony we all seek. We are all here to live with God in harmony and with each other. In 1955, the people of color in Montgomery were exhausted by the humiliation they experienced on the buses. The work of nonviolent protest had begun. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was called to lead the Montgomery bus line boycott. Initially, the boycott was only going to be for one day. But after they saw the economic impact, this is 1955, the loss of $3,000 a day. They were then seeing the power of this boycott. So then it was decided to organize a method of carpooling system to extend this boycott. But this resulted in an aggressive revolt. Frustration and anger as the Klansmen tried to intimidate the protesters. But Dr. King taught that they could be courageous but stay nonviolent. And the wonderful news in 1956, the Supreme Court Justice decision declared that the Montgomery's segregation laws on buses was unconstitutional. We shall overcome. This nonviolent principle became the guiding light for the civil rights movement of 1964, which ended segregation, and the voting rights movement of 1965, protecting the voting rights for people of color. Christ furnished the spirit and motivation, and Gandhi furnished the method. The nonviolent register could contend that in the struggle for human dignity, the oppressed people of the world must not succumb to the temptation of becoming bitter or indulging in hate campaigns. Today, let us continue to strive to achieve Dr. Martin Luther King's dream, the truth that all men are created equal, that we love each other, that people will be judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. What is your dream? Is it to live in peace and harmony? Is it your dream to allow freedom to ring from every city and every hamlet, from every state in every city? We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. But fear can prohibit us from having the faith to work to see our dreams, to seek our dreams. Like Dr. King, we face those moments of fearing the future challenges. The forces of evil and hatred can become overwhelming. But it is at that time that we lift up mine eyes to the hills whence cometh my help. Help to stay courageous and still be nonviolent. Help to recognize that we conquer our enemies by making them our friends. When nothing else could help, love lifted me. As you celebrate the life and legacy of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., may the spirit of his words whisper in your hearts as we face today's challenges. The words he spoke to all of those who face dangerous toils and snares to seek justice. Our dreams will sometimes be shattered and our hopes blasted. We may again, with tear-drenched eyes, have to stand before the beard of some courageous civil rights worker whose life will be snuffed out by the acts of the bloodthirsty mobs. As difficult and painful as it is, we must walk on the days ahead with audacious faith in the future. And as we continue our chartered course, we may gain consolation from the words so nobly left by the great freedom fighter of yesterday, James Weldon Johnson. Stone the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod felt in the days when hope unborn has died. Yet with a steadfast beat, have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed? We have come treading our paths through the blood of the slaughter, out of the gloomy past, till now we stand at last. When the bright gleam of our bright start is cast, let this affirmation be our ringing cry. It will give us the courage to face the uncertainties of the future. It will give our tired feet new strength as we continue our forward stride towards the city of freedom. When our days become dreary with our low hovering clouds and despair, when our nights become darker than 1,000 midnights, let us remember that there is a creative force in the universe working to pull down the gigantic mountain of evil, a power that is able to make a way out of no way, transform dark yesterdays into bright tomorrows. Let us realize that William Colick Bryant is right. Truth crush, the earth will rise. Let us all go out realizing that the Bible is right. Do not be deceived. God is not mine. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This is our hope for the future. With this faith, we'll be able to sing in some not too distant tomorrow, and with a cosmic past tense. We have overcome. We have overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome. Thank you.
Well, to close out, we have first a song, and then I'm going slightly off script, and I'm going to ask you all to join us in a little tradition. But to start, I would love to invite up any members of the ADK Indivisible singing group that joined us earlier to join me on stage, so that we can all come together in singing, "We Shall Overcome." And we are lucky enough to be accompanied on piano by Ivy, who is part of the congregation here, right? Oh, part of PUCC. I apologize. We'll take her. And are we gonna be able to get some? Awesome. So we know what verses we're doing. All right. Please join in, Ivy, whenever you're ready. That was beautiful, and I had
the privilege to get to look out at all of your faces as we were singing. You were all looking up there. So, as I said, I'm going a little off script, and I'm going to ask us to do something. Sanaya talked about circles and being trained in circle leadership, and there's something powerful in the shape of coming together in a circle. So I'm going to ask us the best that we can to come to the perimeter, the circumference, as a math teacher I should say, and form a circle.
Why?
Hi.
Hang it in there. How about you?
Yeah, you're gonna go demonstrate. It's okay. It's okay to weave a little bit. Okay.
You're doing a terrible job.
So we're gonna do our best, and I'm gonna turn it over to my young friends here, who are going to lead you in a tradition from their camp that was here earlier, Camp Stomping Ground, to close out our program.
This is a tradition that we do every single night at this camp to join everybody together, to make everyone feel welcome, and to have a little fun after a very eventful camp day, and it's really, really fun. And anything else?
So we're gonna give you the rundown of what we're gonna do. So usually at camp we would start by getting in a circle, which we've already done, and then we would cross our right hand over our left and link fingers with the person next to you, like this. And so,
Nadia, grab yours.
wait, hold on. Okay, so, so in a second, but not yet, we're gonna say it together, but before that, we're gonna close our eyes and say, do I need night meds, even though we're not at camp. But it's just funny, so close your eyes, close them, and then think to yourself, and then say it out loud. Do I need night meds? Okay, no. So,
No.
we obviously aren't at camp. So we're obviously not at camp, so we don't need night meds. Y'all can take your night meds at your own time at your house.
Okay,
now we're gonna pick someone to pick what we're gonna how we're gonna say.
What are we gonna say?
It's good to be together. We're gonna say it 3 times.
Dora Lee, how are we gonna say it's good to be together? Soft, medium, loud.
We better say it loud.
All. All right, hold on.
All right, wait, not yet.
Here we
so
go.
We're gonna say
To be together. It's good to be together. It's good to be together.
Thank you, everybody. We do have some refreshments, thanks to Indulgence Bakery back in the room behind us. Thank you so much all for being here. Friends, if you haven't had a chance yet, our collage from our artist, Francis Dawkins, is to the side there behind the Black Lives Matter flag. Please take some time to take a look either before or after your refreshments.